Followed by questions.
Well, we were lucky to win. Let's be honest. They missed a couple down in deep, missed a couple free throws. Guys that don't normally miss free throws for them, and we feel fortunate because I'm not sure that we did the job that we needed to do to take away what they do best, and they did an unbelievable job of taking away what we do best. Fortunately, I had a feeling going in that we're going to try to make Antoine beat him, and Antoine beat him. He had a huge three at a critical time, and it's probably the shot that Northern Iowa wanted us to take. And to Antoine's credit, he's stuck with it, and he had one of his best shooting games of the year on a night that we desperately needed it. And then the reality of it is, they scored 31 points the first 13 minutes. They scored 29 the rest of the game. So our defense got better. We made him work a little harder and try to get Sonnen off the three-point line. It's 2 games in a row. A guy's going 5 for 5 from the three-point line on us. That's hard to do without anybody guarding. So, they spread you out. And going into the game, our key was try to keep them off the free throw line. And I felt if they didn't get to the free throw line, we'd have a chance to win. And fortunately, we kept them off there.
Questions?
Greg, was your defense? Was it your defense early on, or were they just making shots? Or what?
I think it was a little of both. I think we overhelped in situations that we didn't need to help. Part of it was my fault. We decided to double cook early, and I think they scored 8 points against those double teams, 2 threes, and a slash down the lane for a layup. So that's a scouting report thing. That falls on our shoulders. And we got out of that, and we guarded him a little bit more one-on-one, and fortunately forced him to miss some shots. But they had some pretty tough threes as well. When they're looking at you and they step and then rock back and shoot that shot, and that's not a three that I'm going to be crazy about our guys taking. But Northern Iowa was really good at those. And they were on a roll, and they had a rhythm, and it was really difficult for us to get them out of that rhythm. And fortunately, I think we stopped them 8 out of 9 possessions to end the half, and then the first 5 or 6 to start the second half, and that's where the game changed.
How big was that unique day tonight for you guys?
I thought the start of the second half, he changed the game. He was aggressive. He was flying to offensive rebounds. And he missed a couple things down deep, but he got to the free throw line, and those opportunities at the free throw line to start the second half, even though I think we went 50% during that stretch. We got there 4 times in the first 7 possessions and only made 4 out of, or I guess we made 5 out of 8. But that got us to the point where we got to the bonus a little bit sooner. So now when Grant Gibbs gets fouled late, he's going to the line instead of us taking it out again against the press. So our ability to get it in deep early and get a few of those fouls the second half was really helpful.
Greg, when you've got a natural scorer, a point guard like Antoine is, how do you walk the line between telling him to do your thing and be a distributor? Because he was clearly feeling it there at the end.
Well, they weren't guarding. I mean, they weren't within 8 feet of him. And we had a feeling that might happen. But Antoine's smart enough to understand we've got some guys in Gregory and Doug that not everybody has, that what they can do on the pole when they catch it down there. There's not a lot of people across the league that can do what they can do. So we got to get them the ball. They got to be involved in our offense, and we need to play out of it from there. And Northern Iowa ran a lot of different looks at Doug tonight. And Northern Iowa was probably one of the few teams we play that's disciplined enough to change those things and give him a different look all the time, and not give up something on the other side. And Doug, that was probably the most impressive 14 points Doug scored all year, because none of them were easy.